way a train price to start this one off here in just a second. Welcome back. Okay. So first, while we're having people hop on here, I grabbed a sample of the bundle deal that we have going just for today. So all the single inks are on sale 10% off. And if you get the 2025 pack, the 12 pack, and the ink case, and if you've never seen these ink cases before, it holds 24 inks in there. And you buy the bundle and it saves you $11. So check that out. Get the single inks while they're on sale, because that doesn't happen very often. And we are going to get started with our last class of the day. I'll get you set up here. Okay, think we're ready.
Okay, it's time to rock and roll, and I'll tell you what, this one is super easy. We say keep the easy till the very end because we know everybody's starting to wear out. So, this one will probably take about a half an hour to put together. The colors that we recommend are Spice Cider, Sun Bleached, April Showers, and or Robin's Egg. So I have those out here. I haven't used Sun Bleached a whole lot. I forget to try it, but I think we're going to do that on, it has this pretty yellow paper right here. It's kind of a real buttery yellow color. So first of all, I want to explain this piece right here. You will punch it out, punch the pieces out here. And then the very first thing we're going to do is take our scissors, and if you look at your instruction sheet right down here at the bottom, it's all grayed out except for the part that we want you to cut out, and we're going to fussy cut this just a little bit. It's not real intricate, but we're going to cut this out in the beginning, but use your diagram so you can see where the cut lines are. So let's go ahead and grab our scissors, and I'm putting this right in front of us. And I'm going to get rid of this little part here because we don't even need that. It just gets in the way. And I'm going to trim off I'm just going to cut this off with the scissors. Sometimes I like seeing how straight I can cut, and it's fun to cut with scissors instead of your trimmer. It's not always perfectly straight, but usually once you go back and add in a little chalk ink, you don't even see that little bit of. So I'm going to start out by cutting around this paper pack for the suitcase, down around here, this suitcase, on up around these letters, suitcase, camera, and so on. So let's just take a minute. Everybody put your instruction sheet right in front of you so you know where you're cutting. And let's just go for it. And while you're cutting, I'm going to remind you one more time of our trips coming up. We have a trip to Malta and Sicily with Colette Tours in April of this next year. The end of May, we have a scrapbook cruise to Alaska, so we have a few spots left on that. So there's information on there. If you have questions, Tracy McKinney can help you with those, and you will sign up with Rose at, she's out of Florida. And that way you can scrapbook your whole entire trip while you're on the trip and just put your pictures in once you get them developed when you get home. And my daughter Stacy, the Club Q designer and the one that designs most of these papers, she'll be your teacher for the day, or the week.
Most of the kids. I don't get to design papers.
Oh yeah, she designs the kits. So
John enjoyed designing the papers.
yeah, right. Okay, so, and then in August we have Scotland. And then in the following year, in 2028, we just opened up a trip to Norway, the fjords of Norway. It looks amazing. I'm pretty excited about that one. And so if you're interested in that, the best deal you're going to get is in this next 2 weeks. You can save quite a bit. You save $150 if you sign up before the 2 weeks is up. If you've gone on one of our trips before, or if you are signed up for one, you get another 100, or don't quote me, but 150. It's up to $350 plus if you've gone on other trips. Plus, if you've gone on, you get a welcome home credit for any trips that you've gone on. So there's several promos going on right now, but it's the best if you get signed up before the 2 weeks is up. That's your best deal.
And I don't know if you mentioned with the travel, if you've never traveled with us, the land tours, we just go and have fun and we take pictures for our layouts. Right. The cruises, we actually scrapbook on the cruise. But the land tours, we just go and have fun, take lots of pictures to be able to put into our scrapbooks.
Right. There is no time on these land tours. They keep you pretty busy. But I do, on the land tours, I do usually, before or after the trip, I send out a packet of theme-based papers and quotes and things that go along with the trip that we just took. So keep that in mind too. Okay, so once you get this little piece trimmed out, looks like this. We are going to use our wood grain paper for the background. I'm going to take these pieces off for the moment. And you need to trim off your little label off the bottom. But the very first thing is a 5x7 yellow piece, and this is where I'm going to try the sun bleached. Again, I haven't used this very often, but how pretty is that? That's such a nice soft, yeah, it's nice, it's pretty, it's really soft and subtle. So if you haven't used your sun bleached on anything, try it on this. It is really pretty. If you want something just a shade darker, you can try the spice cider. I'm doing the sun bleach now. It's just a real soft, subtle edge. And I'll show you what the spice cider looks like. Just a little bit deeper color. If you want a little more color than that one, or use them both. The soft, little soft edges of that sun bleached goes further in, and then just on the edge you could put the spice cider. That always works to have 2 layers of color too. Okay. And then locate a 4x6 blue paper and a 4x6 orange. And I think we'll go ahead and chalk up those edges of all of these pieces before we start gluing anything down. So I'm using the spice cider on the orange. And then I'm going to try the robin's egg. And this might be too much the same color, but give it a try and see what you think. You know, it has a little bit of, I think we can do the same thing. I'm going to put it on first, and I'm going to come back over the edge of that with April Showers. And these are colors that are in the brand new box, if you have this year's box of inks. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to try putting the April Showers on over the edge. That's nice. It gives it a real soft look on the inside edges, and then on the very outer edge, April Showers is just a little bit darker and darkens it up just a little. And then you have in your kit some little find them here. Little tabs that we're going to use at the top. I think we'll chalk these up while we're got everything out too. These 3 little tabs are going to go at the top of each of these pieces, and you could use the robin's egg, or you could use the you can chalk it up like that, press some color in. I'm going to do them all the same color, I think. And then I'm going to lay it on my instruction sheet, press some color in. There's 2. And one more time. You can make them all 3 different colors if you want to. I just thought I would do mine all the same. And press some color in. So there's your 3 tabs. And those 3 tabs will get glued to the back of your yellow, which is here. Your yellow will go on vertical. Your blue will go on vertical, and you're going to glue a tab in behind that. And your orange one goes on horizontal, and you'll have a tab over here on that one. So let's take a minute, get your edges all chalked up on those 3 pieces of paper. Find your little tabs, looks like this, and chalk those up. And then those get glued. You will glue about half of the tab in behind each piece. And sometimes it's best if you put your, and that's what just happened here, if you just chalked up your chipboard and you try to run a tape runner over that, it's probably not going to stick. So your best bet is putting just a little adhesive on the back, or using liquid adhesive, because if it's just a little bit damp, that tape gun won't lay the tape down on it. So now you should have 3 mats ready to glue onto your page. And keep in mind too that if you have any spaces that are overlapping, you want to just leave the adhesive off for now. So your yellow piece is about 1 inch in from the right, 1 inch down from the top. And this is on crooked. I don't like crooked. If it's meant to be crooked, I'm good with that. If it's not meant to be crooked, it'll make me crazy. And I bet there's a lot of you out there like that. If it's meant to be straight, it needs to be straight. Okay, so there's that. And then your blue mat will butt right up against your yellow mat. About like that. And then your orange mat kind of overlaps both of those. Kind of like this. I think I'm going to move this down just a little. So it should look about like that. So your yellow, if you get it on an inch in from the right, inch down from the top, then your blue will just butt right up against that yellow. Glue it down. Leave this part free so that you can add a picture. And then your orange overlaps the bottom of your yellow and the right side of the blue. Okay, then the next thing is you're going to add your suitcases, the ones that you cut out. I'm going to add some color to this. I think I'm going to try I think I'm going to put on the spice cider. Just about any of those colors that we suggested would work for this. Chalk up those raw edges just a little bit. And then that can be, go ahead and add that to your page. But I would, again, right where this camera is, if it overlaps, and then where this little piece of paper is overlaps, I wouldn't put any adhesive behind there so you can tuck your picture in. As I always say, in 10 years when you go to put that picture in, you're able to do it. Okay, we're 80% done with page 1 already. So once you get that chalked up, add your adhesive, glue it down, at least the outside edges. So if you need to tuck anything else in behind there, same here, you might want to move this one up just a little bit. And then you have 3 banner pieces, and you can trim these out on with your trimmer, or just use your scissors. It's up to you. Cut out the little V shape at each end. And then chalk up these edges a little bit. And then these just go on to your page here. And you have 3 buttons for this page and 3 buttons for the next page. So locate your buttons after you get these glued down. And then you put, and this is the finished page. You have blue, yellow, and a green button, and then this page is done. So I'll give you a few minutes to get page 1 all finished up, pulled together. Okay, how's everybody doing? Even if you don't get those banners on right now, you can do that at the very end. I think we'll move on to page 2. And on page 2, we're going to use the suitcase side of this paper. And then we have turn this around here. 3 great big banner pieces. And lots of space, lots of edges for us to chalk these up. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do sun bleached on the yellow. And if you want it a little bit darker, you can use the spice cider. We will be doing another one of these one days just before Christmas. When do we usually do that? In December? Stace?
Yeah, it's usually the first week of December.
Something like that, but usually brand new Christmas papers, and they have been so pretty the last few years. John's already working on getting something really cool for that, so keep in mind that we'll be doing this one-day event just like this just before Christmas again.
And that one almost always sells out.
Right,
So,
so it's
just so you know when it shows up. This one, somebody just asked if they can still get these kits. We have 5 bundles that we were able to make and put on the website. So if you go to shopquickquotes.com and go to online events, there's 5 of these bundles. If you missed it on the first time, there's 5 of these left. So if you're still wanting these kits, you can watch the videos later and you can purchase one of those other bundles for today.
and these videos will stay on.
They stay on our Facebook page for 30 days, and then Facebook takes them down, but we keep them on our YouTube. So we can always get you the link. They'll be on our YouTube, so you can watch them anytime.
Okay, and now we have a bunch of half circles. There should be 3 smaller ones, 3 larger ones. Let me locate mine right quick here. 3 half circles, 3 little, 3 big. Let's go ahead and chalk the edges of those up. You don't see a lot of that, so the little one will end up covering up the bigger one at some point a little bit, but let's go ahead and chalk up the edges of these. I think I might even do a dark brown on the edges of these. You can always use brown just about on everything. I'm chalking up mostly the half circle part of each of these. And then what you're going to do is take the bigger ones. Let's move the little ones out of the way for the moment. The bigger ones will adhere just right behind. And you could even go flush too. If you don't want to glue them in behind at the left end, go ahead and glue your papers, your big banner pieces down. And then you can glue these down after you get these all situated. It's about, oh, maybe a 1/4 inch from the bottom, 1/4 inch from the top, and separated in the middle. Or you can actually glue these just barely to the back side of that end. I'm just going to butt it right up against the end. I'm going to see how that works.
Somebody asked when we normally announce the Christmas event, and we usually announce it the first week of September or towards right at the end of August. We have our November 3-day event online in November, and then we have the December 1-day event, first week of December. But we will announce that and have some samples for you right at the end of August, beginning of September.
Okay, go ahead and get your banner pieces on. And like I said, you can put these little bigger half circles in behind before you glue it down if you want, but I'm going to just try it this way. I know that's not really how it's supposed to be, but it might work perfect. So I'm just going to butt them right up against the end. Okay, like that. Should look like this about now. And all those little papers that we have left, you should have some that are board paper that are this size. And this size, let me tell you exactly what that size is. They are 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So you have 3 that are exactly the same. And then you have 3 squares that are exactly the same. Looks like this. So it's really hard to see on this finished kit, but you have a rectangle here and a square here. Then down here it's switched just the opposite, a square here and a rectangle here. Just the opposite down here, a rectangle and a square. So what we're going to do is go ahead and chalk up these edges, and I'm going to use some brown, I think, just for fun on this. and you can see the edges better. And then one, it will get glued here, but we're going to, before you actually glue this down, let's just lay everything out to start with. Go ahead and chalk up all the edges of your 3 squares and your 3 rectangles. So here's your rectangle, square, rectangle, and then the other end of that is just the opposite on each line. Okay, so these 3 pieces you're going to add behind those, or again you can butt them right up against the edge like that. Okay, in fact that's what I'm going to do. Either way works. I'm going to go ahead and glue these mats down on the left. And then I'm going to put the second layer of that smaller half circle butted right up against the left edge of that paper. So let's go ahead and get everything onto and add your last 3 little half circles. And then the only other thing is, this might be something you want to wait till you get pictures, is you have little chipboard frames that work on every single one of these. But you might want to wait till you get your pictures before you glue those down. But that's the only thing left except for buttons. Your 3 remaining buttons will go here. I did this different. And I think we've got it. I think we've conquered everything.
Okay. While they're finishing up, let me go through Club Q just real quick. And then we'll give away some more prizes.
If anybody has any questions, send us a note and I'll try to help you. But this one is pretty easy. We always save the easy one till the very tail end. So. Okay, you ready, Stace?
Yep.
What you want out?
We'll just do a quick reminder of what we went through today. The special, just for today, is 10% off all the single inks, and then you get this bundle with last year's inks for $11 off. Then we have Club Q. If you missed Club Q on the other video, this is this month. If you're already a member, this is what you will be getting on the 15th.
And this paper, like she said, this paper just came in
Just
yesterday
last night, yeah.
or last night.
And if you are deciding to just sign up now, you will get all of those kits. Plus, every month you get an extra little paper pack with embellishments and extras. But in your first shipment, if you were to sign up this weekend, you get all 4 of those kits, plus the paper pack, plus these 4 pages as well, and another paper pack to go with that. And you get 3 free inks that will come in your first shipment. It's $34 a month, free shipping, extra 10% off of everything on the website when you're a Club Q member. You always get free shipping for Club Q because when you order, all your 10% off stuff will be flagged that you're a Club Q member, and it goes into your free shipment box. So if you're thinking about signing up, you can get all these free kits. If you have any questions, you can let us know, but you can go to shopcoquotes.com and Club Q and get signed up for that, and you get all our new free stuff sent to your door. And then we have our 3-day events that we hope you join us for, whether it's in person or online. On the online one, we had somebody ask too. You actually, for the online one, you get an extra kit in there, so you will get more than the 28 pages, because we can't serve you lunch, a catered lunch, over the internet. So in person you get lunches. If you do the online one, you get an extra kit. Any questions, let us know. But we hope you enjoyed the event this weekend. And one thing that I wanted to throw out there too is we so appreciate you guys interacting with our posts on our Facebook page. That means a lot to a small family business. So anytime you share our comments or share our posts or comment or like our posts, we really appreciate it. And
Should we draw for 2 or 3 more prizes?
yeah,
Or 3 or
let's
4?
do
Or?
some prizes here. If you have any last questions, I'm going to try to check that too. Well, Patsy's drawing some prizes. I'm going to put this off to the side there and draw a few names, and I'll check and see if there's any last minute questions.
Fran Berenberg, you're a train prize winner, but there's no train.
There we
Sharon Paxton, you are a winner. I'm gonna draw 3 more here. Miranda Mueller. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Teresa Jones, and I'll do 1 more for the final drawing of the weekend. Linda Bruno. So we have Fran Berenberg, Sharon Paxton, Miranda Mueller, Teresa Jones, and Linda Bruno. Good job. And thank you to everybody who supported us this weekend. And I apologize for my little errors here and there, but
There weren't many. You did great. There was one last question, and somebody asked what the extra papers were for. That is just a gift from us. So you have an extra little bit of paper in there, and that's just to use for whatever, to make more layouts or to add to these. And I think that's it.
That is it. If you have questions, just send us a note, and if you want a prize, we will get those out to you. And we thank you, and we hope to see you at the private reserve coming up.
Have a fabulous weekend. Thanks, everybody.